Well, today we are going to start with our first class of circle. I have already completed straight lines, which you people, if you have not seen, you can see the videos in my playlist, in that playlist named Straight Lines. So you can check it there. So today we were going to start with circle. And in this class, we are going to cover the basic things of circle, and they are first the definition, then different forms of circles: center radius form, standard form, general equation, concentric circles, diametric form of circles, and last but not the least for this lecture is the parametric form. So let us start our class with the definition. Now, what is a circle? A circle is basically a moving point moving in a plane in such a way that it always maintains a fixed distance from a fixed point. This we all know from very childhood. We all know from very childhood that a circle is always having two things. One is its center, another one is its radius. And this radius is fixed for a particular circle. So in our higher classes, in class 11, we are defining this in terms of locus. It is basically a moving point moving in a plane in such a way that it always maintains a fixed distance from a fixed point. And this fixed point is what called the center of the circle. And this fixed distance is what called the radius of the circle. So for a circle, whenever we are discussing circles, even in the problems when we will do afterwards, we will only concern about two things. Always remember, we are always concerned about two things. One is its center, another one is its radius. Okay? So now let us come to different forms of circles. First is, which is called your center radius form. Now we are going to find out the equation of the circles, right? Now, when the center and radius is given to us, this is a very basic form of the circle. Whenever your center and your radius is given, how to find out the equation of the circle? Suppose the center given is alpha comma beta, and let us say the radius is say r. So how to find out the equation? We will say let h comma k be any point on the locus. Locus का मतलब क्या है? यहाँ पर we have to find out a relation which contains hk and the given constants. So for this, if I find out what is the distance from the center to that point, it will be under root h minus alpha whole square plus beta minus k whole square, right? This is by using the distance formula. And this is exactly which is equals to your r. Because r is the distance between this center alpha beta and the variable point hk. Therefore, the equation of the locus becomes x minus alpha whole square plus y minus beta whole square, which is equals to your r squared. So this is what is called your center radius form. Again, I'm telling you, this is the very basic form of a circle. Okay, when we know the center and when we know the radius. Okay, and the second form is a standard form. What is the standard form? Standard form is that we always consider the center to be at the origin. And let us say the radius be A or R, whichever way you take. Therefore, the equation of the circle will be x square plus y square equals to a square. That's it. So this is the standard form of any circle. Standard form means we always consider that its center is at the origin and radius is a units. Is it clear to all, everyone? Center radius form and standard form. These are the two forms we have learned so far. Okay, let us take some problems on that. See this question. The question is find the equation of the circle having 1 comma minus 2 as its center. So now you know its center. And as I told you that whenever you are solving circle problems, always remember two things. Always remember two things. One is your center and another one is your radius. Always try to find out these two things. So center we know. And it is saying that it is passing through the point of intersection of these two straight lines. Now quickly, if I solve these two equations, what we are going to have? So if we subtract, so y is coming to 1. And if I put y in the first equation, we are getting, so x is coming to 13 over 3. Is it clear to all? Oh, I'm sorry. I have done one mistake over here. I am multiplying this with 3, right? Not 2. I'm multiplying this with 3. So here I have done a little mistake. This calculation mistake. Just 1 second. So if I multiply that with 3, we are getting, because I have multiplied this with 2 to get the first one, and the second one is, right? Now, if I subtract, we are getting minus 13y equals to, we are having minus 26. That gives us y is 2, right? If I put y over there, we are getting 3x as, so x is coming to 4. Therefore, the circle is passing through the point 4, 2, and its center is 1, minus 2. Therefore, its radius will be root over 4 minus 1 whole square plus, so that gives us 5. So radius is 5 and center is 1, minus 2. So naturally, we will find out the equation of the circle by using our center radius form, x minus 1 whole square plus y plus 2 whole square equals to the radius square, which is your 5 square, which is 25. So if I expand this little bit, so we are getting x square plus y square minus 2x plus 4y minus 20 equals to 0. Is it clear? Pretty simple sum, but very good sum for initial practice. So I hope you have understood this center radius form of a circle. Let me take another problem of this kind. They have said if the two diameters of the circle lie on the line x minus y minus 9 equals to 0 and x minus 2y minus 7 equals to 0. These are what? The equation of the diameters. The equation of the diameters of the circle, right? And we all know that for any circle, diameters means what? It is passing through the center. It is passing through the center. Isn't it so? So these are the two diameters. Now think about it. If I solve these two diameters, I mean the equation of these two diameters, what we get? We get the center of the circle, right? We get the center of the circle. So let me just quickly solve these two equations. I mean the equation of two diameters. So what we are going to have? And x minus 2y minus 7 is 0. So simply subtract. So you are going to have y minus 2 equals to 0 implies y is 2, right? If y is 2, you are getting x as 11. Therefore, the center of this circle is at 11, 2. Okay. Now what we need? We need the radius. We need the radius of the circle. And for that, if you see, we have been given a second condition that the area of the circle is 38.5 square units. We know that area of any circle is pi r square. So pi r square is basically 38.5. Therefore, your r square is coming to 38.5 divided by pi, which can also be written as, okay? So now we can write this. It can be written as 385 over 10 into 7 over 22. Okay. So now if we divide 385 by 11, we are getting 35. So that's 2. This is 35, right? So we are actually having 20 here. 35 into 7, don't multiply this. You can write this thing as 7 into 7 into 5. So cancel this one, again 4. So it's basically 7 over 2 whole square, right? Therefore, our r comes to 7 over 2. Your r is 7 over 2. So two things we need. We got two things. We got the center, which is 11, 2. And we got the radius 7 over 2. Therefore, the equation is the center radius form, which is your whole square. So we are getting what? This right after simplification, you are going to have this. So I'm not doing the calculation. You can do this calculation by yourself. Okay. So that is the equation of this circle. So have you understood this? Have you understood this? What I have done? Here, again, I'm telling you in these two problems, what we have mainly focused on. First of all, find out its center, and then you find out the radius. The moment you get the center and radius, you know the equation of the circle. As simple as that. Throughout this whole circle chapter, we will do exactly this thing. We will try to find out its center and we will find out its radius to get the equation of the circle. Right? That's exactly what I have done here. Again, I'm telling you the calculation I have not done. You can do it by yourself. Okay. So now let us come for another form, which is called your general equation of a circle. We will learn general equation of a circle. Right? See, the general second degree equation We have already learned this thing in straight line chapters. So there we have learned that general second degree equation is of the form okay. Those who have not revised straight line, please revise straight line. So this is the general second degree equation, and this general second degree equation will represent a circle. This will represent a circle when A is equals to B. This is the first condition, that your A has to be equals to B. What is A? This is coefficient of x squared must be equals to coefficient of y squared. This is the first condition. And the second condition is that there should not be any term containing xy. There should not be any term containing xy. That is, your h has to be equals to 0. So these are the two conditions we have to remember. First is what? Your coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square, they must be same. And what is the second condition? There should not be any term containing xy. Is it clear? So now, this general second degree equation will transform into, for the simplicity of the problem, let me take A equals to B, because A has to be equals to B if it represents a circle. Let us take A equals to B equals to 1. Okay. So this general second degree equation will transform into x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. And this is what is called the general equation of a circle. This is what is called general equation of a circle. Clear? It is called the general equation of the circle. Now the big question, what is its center and what is its radius? So what I will do here is, I will transform this equation into center radius form. And for that, I'm doing a simple calculation. Please check this one. So let me just add g square and f square in the left hand side. Similarly, g square plus f square in the right hand side. So we are having this as x plus g whole square, y plus f whole square equals to root over g square plus f square minus c whole square. Is it clear? So now this form is your, which form? This is your center radius form. And from this form we can say that the center of the circle is minus g and minus f. How I'm saying that? You simply put x plus g equals to 0. From here we are getting x is minus g. And you put y plus f equals to 0. From here we are getting y as minus f. And that is the reason why I told you the center will be minus g minus f. Let us just refer to the previous slide. Say in this, the equation was this. This is the center radius form. What is its center? Its center is, if you put x minus alpha is 0 and y minus beta is 0, we are getting x as alpha and y as beta. That's exactly what we got here. And what is the radius? Radius is whatever there is in the right hand side, uska jo square. Here r square is there, so radius will be only the r, right? So same thing here also. Same thing in this also. So here we got the center as, by putting x plus g equals to 0, we got minus g and minus f. And what is its radius? Its radius will be whatever there is in the right hand side, uska square. Matlab, your radius is basically root over g square plus f square minus c. That's it. That's it. So whenever this general second degree equation is given, its center will be always at minus g comma minus f, and radius will be root over g square plus f square minus c. Now a question will come, sir, if equation, general equation of a circle is given to us, so every time do I have to go for all this thing to convert that thing in radius, center radius form, and then we can predict about its center and radius? Answer is no. Simply by observing this result, you can find out its center and radius instantly. The moment you see the general equation of the circle is given, you can easily find out its center and radius without converting it in the center radius form. How it is? Please observe this result. What is your g? G is basically the coefficient of x divided by 2. So how we will remember to find out the center? It's coefficient of x, coefficient of x divided by 2, and plus sign was there, and here it is minus sign, so change the sign. Remember in this way, the abscissa of the center will be coefficient of x divided by 2, change the sign. Similarly, coefficient for the ordinate of the center, coefficient of y divided by 2, which gives us f, because coefficient of y is 2f, divided by 2 gives us f, and change the sign. So its center will be minus coefficient of x divided by 2 minus coefficient of y divided by 2. But remember one thing, it is only possible when the coefficient of x square and y square is 1. कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्स स्क्वायर एंड वाई स्क्वायर जब 1 होगा तभी ये शॉर्टकट फॉर्म हम यूज कर सकते हैं. You can use this form only when the coefficient of x square and y square is 1. Now the question will come, sir, if the coefficient is not 1, then what to do? If you find that the coefficient of x square and y square is not equals to 1, forcefully make it 1. Forcefully make it 1. How I will do that? Suppose if the question was 5x square plus 5y square. What I'm saying is, if the equation would have been in this form. Now here what we can see, the coefficient of x square and y square is not 1. So we cannot find out the center by using this shortcut way. We cannot use this formula. So what I have to do, I have to make the coefficient of x square and y square equals to 1 to use the form. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm simply dividing by x square, 5. So if I divide by 5, both sides of the equation, we are going to have okay. Now you can predict about its center. Its center will be coefficient of x, that is 2g by 5, divided by 2, which gives us g by 5, and change the sign. So it will be minus g over 5. Similarly, coefficient of y, which is 2f by 5, divided by 2, which is f over 5 and change the sign. So it will give us minus f by 5. Is it clear? So what we have learned, we can use this form. We can use this shortcut method of finding out the center if the coefficient of x square and y square both are equals to 1. And if it is not, forcefully, as I shown you here, forcefully you have to make it 1. And then you can find out its center. Now, finding out its radius is pretty simple if you observe it. We see that your center is minus g minus f. So how you will find out radius? Remember in this way. You will simply write whatever coordinate, whatever abscissa you got for the center, uska square, matlab minus g ka square. So that will give us g square only. Then plus ordinate of the center ka square, matlab minus f ka square, which gives us f square. Is it clear? सेंटर जो आया, जो कोऑर्डिनेट आया, उन दोनों का स्क्वायर करके सम करो and minus the constant term given in the equation of the circle. Right? So now we know how to find out the center by using this shortcut form, and then we can easily find out its radius. Two things very clear to us. Okay, let me take a problem based on this, but before that, let me just discuss about the nature of circle. See, for the circle, for the general equation of a circle, we got center at minus g minus f and radius is root over g square plus f square minus c, correct? Now, the moment you see that your radius is coming within something, root sign is coming, right? The moment this root comes, we are having three conditions. We are having three conditions. One is that if your g square plus f square is greater than c, if g square plus f square is greater than c, then we are getting a real circle. Isn't it so? Because under the root sign, you are having something positive value. So that root is defined. So you are getting a real circle whose center is at minus g minus f and radius is root over g square plus f square minus c. Now, if g square plus f square is equals to c, then what happens? Your radius becomes 0. But still you are having your center. Center is there, minus g minus f, but your radius comes to 0. It represents a point circle. So what is a point circle? A point circle is having its center, but it is having no radius. That is, the length of its radius is 0. That is what is called your point circle. Is it clear? So it is possible only when g square plus f square equals to c. And obviously, if g square plus f square is less than c, then under the root sign, you are getting some negative value. So you are not going to have real circle. Then it will be an imaginary circle. Is it clear? So nature of circle is clear. Three things we have to remember. If g square plus f square is greater than c, you are getting a real circle having real radius. If g square plus f square becomes equals to c, you are going to have a circle whose radius will be 0 and it is termed as point circle. And if g square plus f square is less than c, then you will say no such circles are possible. So this kind of circle is what called your imaginary circle. No real circle possible if g square plus f square is less than c. Okay. So now let us find the center and radius of this circle. Look it very carefully. I told you that I can use my shortcut form if your coefficient of x and y, x square and y square, are 1. But here it is not 1. So what I will do, I will simply divide both sides by 36. So we are getting something like this. Yes. Now what will be its center? Apply the formula. Coefficient of x divided by 2, change the sign. Okay. Coefficient of x, which is your 1, divided by 2, which is half, change the sign. Minus was there and I've written plus. Coefficient of y, it is minus half, you can take. Divide by 2, so it's 1 over 4. Change the sign. So minus will get positive plus. So your center is coming to half, comma, 1 over 4. Now what will be its radius? How to find out radius? Root over 1 by 2 whole square, 1 by 4 whole square minus its constant. Constant is 11 over 36. So we are getting under root okay. So we can write this thing as it's, let us say, 9. Don't do it in this way. Let me do one thing. Let me take the LCM of this. Let me take LCM of this. What we are getting? From here we are getting 4, 16 and 36. Let me take the LCM of that. 4. It's 1. Then coming to, so I can easily take, okay, 4. Okay. So it's 16 into 9, right? So let me take the LCM. 16 into 9. So this is coming to 36. This is coming to 9. And this is coming to have I done anything mistake? This calculation error, 16 into 9 we are getting now. 16 into 9, yeah. 9 4s are 36, so it's 4. So it's coming to 44, right? And it's complete root. So we are actually having 45. So it's 1 over 4 into 3. That gives us 1 over 12, right? Therefore, the center is half, comma 1 by 4. And your radius is 1 over 12. Is it clear to all? Is this clear to all? Okay. So what we have learned, whenever the general form is given to us, we always check that the coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square should be equals to 1. If it is not, we will forcefully do that. And then we will straight away find out its center and radius, right? By using that formula. Okay. The shortcut form. Okay, now let us see this question. If the equation this represents a circle, now I told you that general second degree equation will represent a circle when it is fulfilling two conditions. One is coefficient of x square must be equals to coefficient of y square. In this case, coefficient of x square is lambda, which is equals to the coefficient of y square, which is 2 lambda minus 3. Right? So first of all, the coefficient of x square must be equals to coefficient of y square. And second was what? There should not be any term containing xy. But in this question, there is no term containing xy. So don't consider this condition right here. So from here we are getting your lambda is coming to 3. Tell me yes or no. Your lambda is coming to 3. Then this general second degree equation will represent a circle. Now, if I put lambda equals to 3 over here, we are getting 3x square plus 3y square minus 4x minus 1 is 0. So simply divide by 3. Okay. Now we have to find out its radius. But before that, we have to find out the center. Where is its center? coefficient of x, which is minus 4 over 3, divided by 2, which is 2 over 3, and change the sign. So it will be plus 2 over 3. And there is no y, so the ordinate of the center will be 0. And what is its radius? Its radius will be root over 2/3 whole square minus of minus 1/3. So you are getting 4 over 9 plus 1 over 3. So it's coming like root 7 over 3. Yes or no? Okay. Hence option C is correct. Have you understood this problem? Absolutely. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comment box. So I will definitely get back to you. So therefore, your option is C. So what we have learned from here is that whenever a general second degree equation is given, as I have mentioned in the previous slide, that you must always see that the coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square, they're same, and there should not be any term containing xy. And after getting this, you can easily, because moment you have the equation of the circle, you can find out its center, you can find out its radius too. Okay, so that's exactly what I have done here. Okay, let us take another problem. See this question, very important question. Let me tell you one thing. I will do this problem. I will find out what is the area of the equilateral triangle inscribed in a circle. But I will request all of you to remember this result. To remember this result, very, very important, because this result will be needed everywhere. Okay, so let me just choose a right angle triangle. I'm sorry, equilateral triangle. So this is our equilateral triangle. And let us consider, already they have given the equation of the circle is x square plus y square plus 2gx, the general form. So from here we can say that my center is at minus g minus f, and its radius is root over g square plus f square minus c. Okay, let us consider this is the center. Okay, now we have to find out the area of this equilateral triangle. We have to find out the area of this equilateral triangle. Now we all know that this angle is 60 degrees since it's an equilateral triangle. Now if I join these two lines, these two vertices with the center, so what we are going to have, this angle is 120 degree, correct? This angle is 120 degree. Now, remember that if you want to find out the area of the equilateral triangle, I will use the formula which we have already know from very childhood, that the area of an equilateral triangle is root 3 over 4 into side square. So the moment you have the side, the moment you know the side, the question is over, right? So how to find out the side? How to find out the side of this equilateral triangle? Think about it. You know the radius, you know the center. How to find out the side of this triangle? Here I will use a pretty simple thing, which is from the properties of triangle. See, in this triangle, let me just give a name. Let me say this is my A, this is B, this is C. Now in the triangle ABC, AB and AC, they are the radius. Let me denote this radius by R. So this is R, this is R. Now if I apply the cosine formula, for this angle BAC, what we are going to have? Cos 120 cos theta is R square plus R square minus BC square divided by 2 into R into R. Okay? Those who know the cosine formula, they can understand what I'm doing. Those who don't know, please see properties of triangle chapter in trigonometry. There you will learn how to find out this cosine formula, because as I know that you have already applied this cosine rule in physics also. So you must know this. So from here we can write cos 120 is minus half. 2 goes off. Minus R square is 2R square minus BC square. So your BC square is coming to 3R square. Correct? So what is your BC? Your BC is basically root 3 into R. Clear? Abhi, what will be the area of this triangle now? Root 3 by 4 into side square. And side square is what? It is 3R square. So you are going to have 3 root 3 over 4 R square. R square is G square plus F square minus C. So this is the area of the equilateral triangle circumscribed by the circle given by this equation. Is it clear? So this question, you must know how I got that, and at the same time you must remember this formula. Treat this thing as a formula. Whenever your circle is given and an equilateral triangle is inside the circle, the area of the equilateral triangle will be, remember in this way, equilateral triangle will be, it is 3 root 3 over 4 into radius square. 3 root 3 over 4 into radius square. That's exactly what we got. If you can remember this form, it's okay. If you can't, you can remember in this way also. 3 root 3 by 4 into radius square. That's it. Is it clear? Okay. Now see this question which came in JEE Main 2019. What they have said, if the area of the equilateral triangle inscribed in a circle this is 23 root 3, then C is equals to what? Now, if you don't know the formula, you can solve this sum. But it will take more time to solve, because if you don't know the formula, you have to do the same method. To get the area of the equilateral triangle is root 3 times root 3 by 4 into radius square. This you have to prove. If you don't know the area of the equilateral triangle inscribed in the circle beforehand. So that is why I told you, please do remember the formula. So area of the equilateral triangle inscribed in the circle, this is this, then find C. See how simple it is if you know the form. What is the area of the equilateral triangle? Area of equilateral triangle. What is that? 3 root 3 over 4 into radius square. Okay, and that exactly what they have said. This is equals to 27 root 3 that they have already given. So from here what you are getting, let me just simplify this. Root 3 goes off. So you are getting a radius square is 36. If radius square is 36, so what is your radius? It's 6. Okay. Now, for this given circle, the center is at -5, -6. And what is its radius? It's root over 25 plus 36 minus c. That's the radius. Yes? So I can write 61 minus c is 36. So your c comes to 61 minus 36. That gives us 25. Right? It gives us 25. Have you understood this or not? See how simple the thing will become if you know the formula. Otherwise, this you have to find out. This you have to prove sitting in the examination hall. That is why people used to say that your paper is lengthy. Right? So remember this and the thing will be easy. So your value of C is 25, hence option D is correct. Okay? Understood? So what we have learned? We have learned that area of the triangle inscribed in a circle, okay, is 3 root 3 by 4 into radius square. Okay? Remember in this way. Very good. Now, see this question. The question is, if the two vertices of an equilateral triangle, A and B are the two vertices given. Let me just draw the diagram. So what do you want? There are 2 points, A and B, minus A comma 0 and A comma 0. And the third vertex C lies above the x-axis in the equation of the circumcircle. Okay. So let me just draw the circle first. Let me say this is the given circle. Okay. Now, this is my point A, which is your minus A comma 0. This is your point B, which is your A comma 0. Correct? And the third vertex C lies above the x-axis. Above the x-axis. So the third vertex will be definitely at this place. Okay? So, because it is above the x-axis. Let me just join this 2 points. Okay? So I've joined these 2 points. This point is basically C. So this ABC is an equilateral triangle. Clear? Now, equation of this circumcircle. You have to find out the equation of this circumcircle. Okay. So as I told you, to find out the equation, you need 2 things. बार बार हम एक ही चीज बोल रहे कि 2 चीज तुम्हें चाहिए always. Remember, throughout your circle chapter, you need center and you need radius. That's it. If you give me these 2 things, I can do anything with the circle. Anything. So I need to find out its center. I need to find out its radius. Clear? So how to do that? Let us say the center is here. Now again, the same funda I am using, I am simply adding this. Simply join this one. Okay. Now, this angle is what? This angle is 60. So this angle will be what? This angle will be 120 degree, right? So this angle will be again 60 degree. Correct? Okay. So this is 60 degree. Then what? What is this length? What is this length? It's A. So from here I can easily find out what is this base. Let me just give a name. I can easily find out what is my dA, which will give us the radius. And we can easily find out what is your dm. So you will know the center. You will know the center. Yes or no? Okay. Now, how to find out the radius? Now, taking the triangle ADM. See the triangle ADM. This angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. And I need to find out, I know AM. I need to find out AD. So your A by AD is sine 60 degree. So your A over AD comes to root 3 by 2. Therefore, AD gives us 2A over root 3. AD gives us 2A over root 3. That is, the radius of the circle is 2A over root 3. Is it clear? Now, what is your dm? By the way, please do remember this aim is nothing but the origin. This aim is basically the origin, isn't it so? Because this part is A, this part is minus A, comma 0. So definitely those A and B are on the x-axis. So aim is the origin. Please do remember. Aim is what? It is the origin. So you got AD, means you got the radius. Now I have to find out the center. For that, I have to find out what is dm. So again, dm over am. dm over am is cot 60 degree. Right? So what is dm? It's am cot 60 degree. And what is am? The length of the side am is A. Don't take minus A. It's A. Length cannot be negative. It's A into cot 60 degree. That gives us 1 over root 3. So it is A over root 3. dm is A over root 3. So what is the coordinate of D? It's basically, since it is on the y-axis, the coordinate of D will be 0, A over root 3. So now you know the center, you know the radius. So you know the equation of the circle. Center radius form. Open the brackets. So we are having 3x squared plus root 3y minus 9 whole square is equals to 4a squared. So let me open the brackets. We are getting 3x squared plus 3y squared minus 18 root 3y. Yes or no? 18 root 3y, which is equals to am I doing it? Oh my God, it is not 9. It's basically A. I have written this thing as 9. It's okay. It's A actually. This is my A. So we will write this thing as, I will write this thing as 3y square minus 2 root 3ay plus a square is 4a square. So that gives us 3 times x square plus y square minus 2 root 3ay is 3a square. Is it clear? Hence option A is correct. Is it clear to all? Have you understood? See, again, बार बार हम एक ही चीज बोल रहे हैं. हम क्या कर रहे हैं? ऑब्जर्व करो. Every time my main motto is to find out the center and radius. Center और radius निकल गया, सब कुछ निकल गया of a circle. So whenever you are solving problems on circle, always you should have only one idea, how to find out its center and how to find out its radius. That's it. You will get all your answers. Trust me. Okay. Let us do another problem. Let the mirror image of the circle. So C1 is a circle given to us. C1 is a circle which is given to us, which is our C1. This circle is C1, okay? Now I want to find out the image of this circle with respect to a line, given y is equals to x plus 1, okay? So let us say the image of this circle will be somewhere here. This is the image. This is the image of that circle. Clear work? Right? Okay. So this is my circle C1. This is my circle C2. This is the image. Can you tell me? The image of this circle will have one thing common. What is that? That is its radius. Its radius. Radius of C1 must be equals to radius of C2 because they are the image. So their radius will be same. Their coordinates of the center will change, but not its radius. Okay. Now, what is the center of C1? From this, what you will say? What is its center? Its center is coefficient of x divided by 2, change the sign, it's 1. Coefficient of y divided by 2, change the sign, it's 3. Is it clear? And what about the center of C2? What is the center of C2? Your equation is what? So I will divide by 5. Yes. So what is its center? It's minus G minus F. That is, center of C2 is minus G minus F. Clear work? Is it clear to all? Okay. Equation of the line given to us is x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. Clear? So now, the center of C2 will be the image of the point 1, 3 with respect to this line. So what will be its center? I'm using the image formula to find out the center of C2. Again, I'm telling you, those who have not done straight lines, they will face problem here. That is why I'm requesting all of you to please go through all the videos that I have uploaded in straight lines. Repeatedly, I'm telling you that. Otherwise, you will face problem throughout your coordinate geometry, not only in circle, in parabola, in ellipse, in hyperbola, everywhere you are going to face problem. So x minus 1, I'm not going to explain you how I'm doing this because the students who have already done this one, they can understand it better. Why I'm doing this and how I'm doing this to find out the image of a point with respect to a line. So we are getting 2 goes off and this is only 1. So from here we are getting x is basically 2 and y is basically 2 also. Therefore, the center of C2 is 2, 2. It implies what? Your minus G is 2, implies G is minus 2. Similarly, minus F is 2, implies F is minus 2. Correct? G is minus 2, F is minus 2. So, the given equation, this equation becomes what? This equation becomes, we can write from here only, it is x square plus y square. Your G is minus 2, so it is minus 4x minus 4y plus 38 over 5, which is equals to 0. Clear? Now, what is its radius? Its radius is root over 2 square plus 2 square minus 38 by 5. So that gives us 4 plus 4 is 8 minus 38 by 5. That is root over of 2 by 5. That's it. Is it clear? Now, this radius, this is the radius of C2. This is the radius of C2, which is same as radius of C1. Yes or no? Radius of C1. Now, what is the radius of C1? It is root over. This is radius of C1. What is that? Root over of 1 square plus 3 square minus alpha. Yes? So you are getting what? Under root 10 minus alpha. So this must be equals to root over of 2 over 5. Therefore, 10 minus alpha gives us 2 over 5, implies alpha is 48 over 5. Alpha is 48 over 5. Is it clear? Therefore, we need to find out the value of alpha plus 6r squared. So it will be what? 48 over 5 plus 6. R means this is your R. Because R is the radius of R2, C2. So this is your R. Yes or no? This is your R, which is the radius of your circle C2, which is same as the radius of your circle C1. So your R is root over of 2 by 5. So 6r square will give us. So that gives us 48 plus 12 over 5. That gives us 60 over 5, gives us 12. So the required value of this alpha plus 6r square is nothing but 12. Is it clear to all? Absolutely? No doubt? Okay. Let's move for the next one. So we have already done 3 forms of circle. One is your center radius form. One is your center radius form. The another one we have done standard form. And then we have learned what is the general equation of the circle. So these 3 forms we have already learned. Now we are going for another form which is called your concentric circles. Concentric circle. What do you mean by concentric circles? Concentric circles are those circles which are having its center same. The center of all concentric circles, their centers are all same. See, these are all concentric circles. They're all centers are same. Their centers are same. So the only thing which is different for all these circles, because there will be infinite number of circles which are concentric to the given circle. Let us say this is our given circle. Let us say this is our given circle. And the equation of this circle is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Now, any circle which is concentric to this circle, its center will never change. Its center will remain same. Yes or no? Its center will remain same. Only thing that will change is its radius. Think about it. What is its center? Minus g comma minus f. This is not going to change for any concentric circle. And the radius of this circle is root over g square plus f square minus c. Now, as g and f are same for all the concentric circles differ by its radius only. So this C will get changed every time. For different values of C, you are going to have different equation of the circles, which are having their center same as minus D minus F. These circles are what called your concentric circles. Clear to all? Therefore, equation of all concentric circles of one is this one. Any concentric circle of 1 is given by only this constant will differ. For different values of lambda, it is going to represent different concentric circles. Why I'm telling you concentric? Because their center is not getting changed. That is why it is concentric. Okay? Only the radius will differ. Is it clear to all? So now we know how to find out the equation of concentric circle of a given circle. Okay, great. So all we do is we write the same equation, only we change the constant of the given equation. That's it. Let us say this question. Find the equation of the circle concentric with this circle and passes through -2, -7. Okay? Any equation concentric to the given circle, equation concentric to the circle is given by x square plus y square. Everything remains same. Only this constant will be changed. Correct? Now, as it is passing through the point -2, -7, hence it must satisfy this equation. So put -2 in place of x and -7 in place of y to get the value of lambda. So how much you are getting? It's 16, 4 plus 16, 20, 69 minus 42 plus lambda equals to 0. So 69 minus 42, that is going to give us 27. So lambda is coming to minus 27. Is it clear? Lambda is coming to minus 27. Therefore, what is its equation? X square plus y square minus 8x plus 6y minus 27 equals to 0. That's it. So that's the equation of the concentric circle of the given circle, which is passing through the point -2, -7. Is it clear? Is this conception clear? It is simply the application of the equation of the concentric circle. Okay? Now, let us come to another important thing, which is called important form of the circles, which is called the diametric form of the circle. What is that? We have been given a circle, and at the same time we have been given the extremities of the diameter. Suppose this is the diameter, and we are having the extremities of the diameter as x1, y1 and x2, y2. These are the extremities of this diameter. This is a diameter. It is passing through the center. Now the question is, you have to find out the equation of this circle. See, there are two ways of finding out. One, very boring method. And number two, the second method is very interesting method. But first I will tell you the first method. I told you to find out the equation of circle, you need two things. One, it's its center, and another one, its radius. Please try to observe this carefully. So what will be its center? As we know, the center is the midpoint of the extremities of this diameter. Therefore, the center will be x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2 by using the midpoint formula. Now you know the center. You know the other points on the circle. So you can easily find out the distance between these two. So there straight away you are going to get the radius. So you know the center, you know the radius, you know the equation. Am I correct? This is one way of doing. This is method 1. Okay, to find out the equation. You know the center, you know the radius. So easily by center radius form of the circle, you can find out its equation. Okay, but I will use method 2. Both these methods you have to know. Methods you should know. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply take, let x comma y be any point on this circle. Let x comma y be any point on the circle, and I will simply join these 2 points. This one and this one. Is it clear? Now, how many of you can see that this angle is 90 degrees? How many of you can see that this angle is 90 degrees? Why? Because angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. So now to find out the equation, what I will do, I will simply find out the slope of this line. What is the slope of this line? It will be y minus y2 over x minus x2. And what is the slope of this line? It will be y minus y1 by x minus x1. Now, since the angle between them is 90 degrees, so the product of these 2 slopes will be equals to -1. And you got the equation of this circle straight away. How I will write this? So we are having y minus y1 into y minus y2 equals to 0. That's it. So this is how we find out the equation of a circle when we know the extremities of its diameter. It's x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equals to 0. That's it. What is x1, y1 and x2, y2? x1, y1 and x2, y2 are the extremities of the diameter. This is the extremities of a diameter. Is it clear? So the moment you know the extremities of the diameter, you know the equation of the circle. As simple as that. Okay? Good. Now I have written here a special observation. Very special observation. Can you see the equation of this circle when we know the extremities of the diameter? It's x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equals to 0. And what is x1 and x2? These are the abscissas of the extremities of the diameter. And what is y1 and y2? These are the ordinates of the extremities of the diameter. Yes or no? Yes or no? So now, can you find a very interesting form? How many of you can see this? You people have all done this kind of things in quadratic equation. X minus x1 into x minus x2, it represents when a quadratic equation are having 2 roots, x1 and x2. if a quadratic equation, let us say x square, whatever, plus say bx plus c, it equals to 0, it has two roots, let us say x1 and x2. So in that case, we can write x square plus bx plus c is simply as your x minus x1 into x minus x2. Can you remember this form? So this is what we have learned. If in the question, listen it carefully, because JEE people have already given a question based on this. Whenever a quadratic equation is given in x, and we know that two roots are x1 and x2, then we can write this thing as x minus x1 into x minus x2. So the first form of this diametric form will be nothing but x minus x1 into x minus x2, which is same as the quadratic equation given to you in terms of x. Why I'm telling you why it is easier? Because here you don't need to find out what are the values of x1 and x2. I don't need it. Because the moment you have x squared plus bx plus c, I know that it will have two roots x1 and x2, which are the abscisses of the given coordinates of the extremities of the diameter. So why to multiply? Why to find out x1 and x2? I will simply straight away write in place of this x squared plus bx plus c. That's it. Similarly, whenever an equation is given to us in y, and they have said that these two roots are y1 and y2, where y1 and y2 are the ordinates of the extremities of the diameter, then why to find out y1 and y2? I will simply write in place of this quadratic expression. That's it. Getting my point? So it's a special observation you people must remember. I have written over here. Please see this one. What I have said, that a quadratic equation whose roots are x1 and x2. What is x1 and x2? These are the abscisses of the extremities of the diameter. And what is your y1 and y2? They are the ordinates of the extremities of the diameter. Therefore, the equation will be, the equation of the circle will be the quadratic equation whose two roots are x1 and x2. That is this expression I will write, or the expression which is given to us, I will write it. And a quadratic equation whose roots are y1 and y2, I will simply write that expression to get the complete equation of the circle. Is it clear to you? Let me take one example related to this. Let me take first this example. Let me take this example. No, not this sum. See this sum. This sum actually came in JEE Main 2022. What they have said? What they have said? They have said, let the abscissa of the 2 points P and Q on the circle be the roots of this. Listen it carefully. The abscissa of 2 points P and Q of a circle be the roots of this. And the ordinates of P and Q are the roots of this. If PQ is the diameter of this circle, then find the value of this. This is the question came in JEE 2022. Now, if you have a proper observation on the thing that I taught you right now, where it is, this one, okay? So, what you will write? A quadratic equation whose roots are x1 and x2. What is x1 and x2? Abscissa of the extremities of the diameter. And what is y1 and y2? The ordinates of the extremities of the diameter. So in this question, we have already been given the circle is given, and this diameter is given, whose extremities are, let us say, it is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. Now, to find out the equation of the circle, because you have to find out the equation of the circle, until unless you get the equation of the circle, you cannot compare with this one to get the values of A, B, and C. So now if you want to solve for x1 and x2, you have to solve this equation to get x1 and x2. You will solve this equation to get y1 and y2. See how lengthy the sum will become. And you can easily see that these values are not very comfortable one. Because here you have to use Sridharacharya's method to get roots of y, which will be an irrational one, isn't it so? So it will make unnecessary the sum complicated. But if we know the basics, what we will do, we will simply write equation of the circle is, equation of circle is, I will simply write x square minus 4x minus 6 plus y square plus 2y minus 7 equal. That's it. That much simple it is. So x square plus y square minus 4x plus 2y equals to 0. That's it. So this is the equation of the circle whose extremities of the diameter PQ are x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now, according to the question, they have given that this is the equation of that circle. So I can compare. So I can write 2a is minus 4 implies a is minus 2. And 2b is 2. From there, we are getting b as 1. And comparing, we get c as minus 13. So what will be the value of a plus b minus c? It is minus 2 plus 1 plus 13. That gives us 12. So option A is correct. Yes or no? That much simple it is if you know the basics. That is why I told you, always try to remember the shortcut tricks that I am always give in my lectures. So make a note of it, because this shortcut methods will be highly useful while you will be solving problems, even in the IIT advanced level. Okay? Chalo. So now we have understood the fact that when it is a form given in this diametric form, and if the quadratic equation is given to us, we are not going to solve for x1 and x2, neither for y1 and y2. We will simply write down those equations to get the equation of the circle whose extremities of the diameter is known to us, right? Okay, let us say this. Let us take this question. Find the equation of the circle passing through the points . So what is the question? The question is that a straight line, a circle is passing through the point, this origin 0, 0, and 2 points A, 0 and 0, B. Okay, now we have to find out its equation. We can easily see one very interesting thing here. We all know that if I join this two, okay, this angle will be what? Angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. So these 2 points actually becomes what? These 2 points become the extremities of the diameter. Therefore, its equation will be x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2. which is equals to 0. So from here we are getting the equation of the circle will become is it clear to all? Because the angle in a semicircle is a right angle, so this line is basically the diameter of this circle. And these 2 points, 0, comma b and 0, a, comma 0, these are the extremities of the diameter. So we got the equation of the circle. Clear? Okay, let us take the next, another problem. See this question. Find the equation of the smallest circle passing through the points -1, 2 and 3, -4. There are 2 points. One is -1, 2. Another one is, let us say, 3, -4. Okay, these are the 2 points. Now, through these 2 points, there are infinite number of circles that can pass. Tell me yes or no. There are infinite number of circles which can pass through these 2 points. Let us say this circle, or it can be like this circle. There are a lot of circles which can pass through these 2 points, isn't it? Okay, so another one can be this circle at the same time. This one, millions of, infinite number of circles can pass. Infinite number of circles can pass. Okay. Now you have to find out the equation of the smallest circle. You have to find out the equation of the smallest circle. Now here, all of you make a note. It is pretty simple thing. Simply by looking the figure, you can understand. The smallest circle will be that circle where these 2 points are the extremities of the diameter. Smallest circle is what? Is that circle whose extremities of the diameter, whose extremities of the diameter are -1, 2 and 3, -4. That will be the smallest circle. Otherwise, the area of that circle will be bigger than the circle whose extremities of the diameter are these 2, which is the smallest circle. Smallest circle means its area will be less. That is the smallest one. Are you getting my point? So, what will be the equation of that smallest circle? Equation of smallest circle will be what? When these 2 are the extremities of the diameter, therefore its equation will be x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equals to 0. That's it. You can leave your answer here or you can expand this. Matter is yours. According to the given option, we will expand this, right? Otherwise, leave the answer here. So this is the equation of the smallest circle. So what we have learned? Now, whenever different circles are passing through 2 given points, the smallest circle will be that circle whose extremities of the diameter are the given 2 points. Right? Remember this, make a note of this. After the class, you can all get this PDF. I will give the link in the description box so you can download the PDF from there. Okay, now let us see. This is again a very, very important question. Very, very important question. Tangents are drawn from point. What do you mean by tangent? Tangent is basically a line which is intersecting the straight line circle at only one point, right? So now what I'm doing, I have drawn two tangents from point P, which is outside the given circle. This is one tangent. This is another tangent. These are the two tangents I have drawn from the point P, which is your 1, 8, right? Now the circle which is given to us, the equation is x squared plus y squared. Now what is its center? Its center is 3, 2. And what is its radius? Its radius is root over 9 plus 4 minus of minus 11. So that gives us, it's coming to 24, right? It's root 24. Is it clear to all? So I know the center of this circle and I know the radius of this circle. Okay, very good. So I have to find out, this is my A and this is my B, let us say. These are the 2 points where the tangents are drawn from point P. Now, all I have to find out is the equation of this circumcircle of the triangle PAB. We have to find out the equation of the circumcircle of the triangle PAB. Is it clear? Okay. Now, what I'm doing here, a very interesting thing. I'm simply joining this point of contact with the center. Is it clear? And let me join this point also. Okay. Now, let us say the point, this is, let us say Q. Q is the center. Now, what about this angle? This is actually the line joined the origin to the point of contact. I mean, the center and the point of contact. So this will be definitely perpendicular on the tangent. Similarly, this will be also perpendicular to the tangent PB. Okay. So now, listen it carefully. Now, in the quadrilateral PAQB, observe it. In the quadrilateral PAQB, this angle plus this angle is 180 degree, implies PAQB is a cyclic quadrilateral. Is a cyclic quadrilateral. This all you have done in class 10 level. This is a cyclic quadrilateral. When the sum of two opposite sides, opposite angles is equals to 180 degree, it becomes a cyclic quadrilateral. That is, if you draw a circle which is passing through P, A and B, it is definitely going to pass through Q, as PAQB is a cyclic quadrilateral. Have you understood this? Is this clear to all? Tell me. So your cyclic quadrilateral, just 1 second. So your cyclic quadrilateral PAQB, if I draw a circle which is passing through A and B, it is definitely going to pass through Q also. Bolo bhai, yes or no? Absolutely yes. Why? Because it's a cyclic quadrilateral. Is it clear? It's a cyclic quadrilateral. So it is passing through Q. So this circle is actually the circumcircle of the triangle PAB. But see the interesting thing, this angle is 90 degree. If this angle is 90 degree, so it is a angle in a semicircle is a right angle. So definitely your PQ is nothing but the diameter of the required circle. Tell me yes or no. This is the diameter of the required circle which circumscribes a triangle PAB. Okay. Q is the center of the given circle, which is 3, 2. So what will be the equation of this circumcircle? By using the diametric form, we can find out. As PQ is the diameter now, so the equation of the circle will be, is it clear? Open the brackets. Therefore, the required equation is, that's it. This is the required equation. In coordinate geometry, if you can use your basic geometry which you have learned in class 10, sums will be much, much easier, trust me. When coordinate geometry is mixed with the plane geometry that we have learned in class 10, it becomes a wonderful sum, and you will have that, enjoyment in solving those kind of problems when you can apply your basic plane geometry and coordinate geometry. That's exactly what I have tried to do it here. Okay? So let me reveal the answer. Yes. Is it clear now? Chalo, let us move for the next problem. Let us see this one. This is going to solve a lot of problem, lot of doubts, lot of questions will be solved right in this question if you solve this question. See, what is the question given here? It has been said that you have been given a circle. We have been given a circle. Let me just draw the diagram first. We have been given a circle. Okay, very good. We have been given a circle whose equation is x square plus y square plus 6x minus 2y plus 8 is 0. So from here, directly, what is its center? What is its center? Its center is minus 3, 1. Okay? And what is its radius? Its radius is root over of 9 plus 1 minus 8. Clear? So it's root 2. Its radius is how much? It's root 2. Okay. Center is at C. They have already said the center is at C. A pair of tangents are drawn from outside point O, where O is the origin. O is the origin. Okay. So O is the origin. I have drawn two tangents. I have drawn two tangents. This is my origin, O. And this is my A, and this is my B. Correct? Now, what they have said? They have said there are 5 parts of this question. So we have to find out the angle between OA and OB. That is, we have to find out this angle. Right? So for that, let me just join this. Let me just join this. O with C and A with C and C with B. Right? Let me just join this. So just now we have done that this angle is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. So OACB, it is basically a cyclic quadrilateral. That is, if we draw a circle, it is going to pass through all these 4 points because they are cyclic. Okay, now we have to find out this angle. Now, one thing we can see that from the triangle OAC and triangle OBC, in these two triangles, this is 90, this is 90, right? This is the radius of the same circle, so they are equal. At the same time, OA and OB, these are the two tangents, length of two tangents drawn from a point outside the circle. So the length of those tangents are equal. Again, we have done this in class 10. So for these two triangles are similar. I'm sorry, congruent. So we can say that this angle is same as this angle. So if this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. Now, let me tell you one very important point over here. That is, whatever thing we are doing here, all the points are very, very important. Here what we have learned, that this angle and this angle, they are same. You must remember this. You must remember that whenever we are drawing a circle circumscribing OAB, it must pass through C. These are the things which we have to remember as a result. Now we have to find out what we have to find out. The angle between OA and OB. That is, we have to find out what is our 2 theta. What is our 2 theta, right? Okay, let me just find out what is my tan theta. Tan theta is perpendicular over the base. Okay, but see one thing, we don't know what is OA, right? But we know the center, which is minus 3, 1. And this is the origin, which is 0, 0. So what is your OC? What is your OC? It will be 9 plus 1. That is your root 10. Isn't it so? OC is root 10. Now, by using Pythagoras theorem, we can find out what is my OA. OA is root over OC square minus AC square. Yes or no? OC square minus AC square. What is OC square? It's 10 minus, what is AC? That is the radius, which is nothing but root 2. So root 2 square gives us 2. That is root 8. That is 2 root 2. Clear? So therefore, your tan theta comes to what? Your tan theta comes to, what is CA? CA is your radius, which is your root 2. And what is OA? Just now we got, it is 2 root 2. So what you are getting? You are getting half. So what is your tan theta? That is your half. So what is theta? That's basically tan inverse half. Clear? Theta is tan inverse half. But we need to find out this whole angle, the angle between OA and OB. That is, we need to find out the angle 2 theta, which is same as 2 tan inverse half. That's it. So that's the angle between OA and OB, which is 2 tan inverse half. Is it clear? Okay. Now we have to find out the length of AB. What is AB? Let me join AB. Let me change the color of the pen. And let me draw AB. Okay. We have drawn AB. So now we have to find out what is our AB. How to find it out? How to find out what is the length AB? Tell me first. Think on it and tell me. I'm giving you 1 minute time. Think on it. See, one thing you can all see, I'm just helping you. I will not give you the solution right now. If you see, let us say this point is, say, M. So if you see the triangle AMC and MCB, you will find that they are congruent. Why? Because this is 90. Okay. This side and this side, they are equal. This is the common side. Yes or no? This is the common side, as well as this angle is also equal to this angle. Why I'm telling you? Because OAC is a right angle triangle. This is 90 degree and this is theta. So obviously this angle is 90 degree minus theta. In the similar way, we will say that this angle is also 90 minus theta. So these two triangles are congruent. So from here we can say that AM and MB, they are equal, right? AM and MB are equal. So if you want to find out AB, which is same as 2 times of AM, 2 times of AM. So you simply find out what is your AM. What is your AM? Tell me. See, simple thing, simple thing. Take the triangle AMC. Take the triangle AMC. Look it carefully. With respect to this angle, this is 90. With respect to this angle, this is 90 minus theta. So if I take sine 90 degree minus theta, if I take sine 90 minus theta, what you are going to have? This is perpendicular by base. It is perpendicular by base. Yes or no? I'm sorry, I'm doing wrong. Just 1 second. I'm actually thinking something else. Okay, just 1 second. So do one thing, because I know the radius, na? I know the radius. So what I'm trying to do here is sine 90 minus theta will be what? It will be nothing but perpendicular by hypotenuse. So it will be AM over AC. And what is AC? AC is basically the radius of the circle, which is nothing but root 2. So simply write it here. AM by root 2. And sine 90 minus theta gives us cos theta. So AM is what? It's root 2 cos theta. AM is what? Root 2 cos theta. But see here, what is theta? From here we have tan theta is half. So if I draw a right angle triangle, this is 1, this is 2. So this is root 5 actually. So what will be your cos theta? It's 2 root 5. Isn't it so? It's 2 root 5. So what is AM? AM is root 2 into 2 over root 5. Please check it. Is it clear? So AM is coming to 2 root 2 over root 5. Okay. So what will be your AB? It is 2 times AM. So it will be 2 times. So that gives us 4 root over 2 by 5. That's it. So that's the length of AB, which is 4 times root over 2 over 5. I hope it is clear to all. Simply I am applying basic geometry and the thing that we have learned so far in circle. That's it. Okay, now let us come to this. Find the area of the quadrilateral OACB. OACB. Look it carefully. As we have already proved that OAC, triangle OAC, this is number 3. Triangle OAC and triangle OBC, they are congruent. They are congruent. Therefore, area of triangle OAC is same as area of triangle OBC. Therefore, the area of the quadrilateral OACB is 2 times the area of the triangle OAC. 2 times the area of the triangle OAC. Now, how to find out the area of OAC? OAC, half into base into height. Half into base. What is base? Base is OA. Into height. Height is what? AC. Now, OA we have already got. OA we have already got. Where it is? I have calculated that. Where is OA? This one. It's 2 root 2. OA is 2 root 2. So, it's 2 root 2 into AC. AC is the radius. So, it is coming to 4 square units. Therefore, the area of the quadrilateral is nothing but 4 square units. Is it clear? Okay. Next question. What is the area of triangle OAB? What is the area of the triangle OAB? Tell me. What is the area of the triangle OAB? How to find it out? Triangle of the area OAB. Jaldi bolo. Write in the chat section. How to find out OAB? Area of triangle OAB. There are several ways of finding OAB. Okay? How we can find out? See this one. The area of triangle OAB can be written as, we all know from the properties of triangle. Those who don't know, please listen it carefully. In a triangle, if you want to find out the area, let us say this angle is theta. And this is say A and this is say B. The length of the sides holding this angle theta are A and B. Then area of this triangle will be half AB sine theta. Remember this. It's a very important, though it has been, it has not been included in JEE syllabus, properties of triangle. They have eliminated this portion. But you must remember this one. Properties of triangle is very, very useful chapter. So area of triangle is always half into the product of two sides into sine of the angle between them. So to find out the area of OAB, I can write this thing as half OA into OB into sine of the angle between them, which is 2 theta. So this gives us half OA. OA is 2 root 2. And length of OA and OB, they are same as I have mentioned. So it is basically OA square sine 2 theta. Sine 2 theta can be written as 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. Am I correct? Why I'm doing this? Because the value of tan theta we know. We know that tan theta is half. That exactly I will replace this to get the answer quickly. So what will be the answer then? What will be the answer then? Half OA square. OA is how much? It's 2 root 2. So it is 2 root 2 square into 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. So we are basically having what? Half into 8 into, this will get cancelled. So this is 5 over 4 means 4 over 5. Correct? So this is coming like 16 over 5. Is it clear? So the area of triangle OAB is nothing but 16 by 5 square units. Is it clear? Simple application of trigonometry and coordinate geometry. That's it. Here what I think, coordinate geometry is less. Plane geometry and trigonometry is more. So always try to do sums in that way. It will make the sum interesting. You will also feel very good while solving this problem. Now, the last question is find the equation of the circumcircle of OAB. As I told you that OAB, if you draw a circle, it is going to pass through C. So your OC will be the diameter of that circle. The circle which is circumscribing. Let me draw the circle. The circle which is circumscribing OAB is definitely going to pass through C as they are cyclic. I have already mentioned. So OC will become the diameter. So what will be its equation? I'm doing it here. What will be the equation? x minus 0 into x plus 3 plus y minus 0 into y minus 1. That's it. So the equation comes to x square plus y square plus 3x minus y equals to 0. That's it. As simple as that. Is this problem clear to everyone? Is this problem clear to everyone? Absolutely. Okay. Very interesting thing I'm telling you. 2-3 things you must remember. One is whatever points I have discussed here, other than solving this sum, you must remember that. This angle theta, they will be same. Just now I told you. The length of OA and length of OB, they will be same. And how to find out the length of AB. These are the things which you must remember. And the circle which is passing through OAB will definitely pass through C, because they are cyclic quadrilateral. OACB will be the cyclic quadrilateral. So you must remember that way. Okay, all the points I have discussed in this sum, you must remember. Okay, now let us move for the next problem, which actually came in our JEE Mains 2023. Same type of question, see? Same type of question. If you know how to solve it, it's easy for you to solve. What is the thing given? O is the origin, OP and OQ are the tangents to the circle. Same circle. Same question. This is the circle. And there are two lines, OA and OB. This is your O. This is your O. This is your A. This is your P. This is your P and this is your Q. These are the two tangents you have drawn from the origin. This is my origin 0, 0. So the center of the circle is from this one. The center of the circle will be what? 3, minus 2. And what will be its radius? What will be its radius? Its radius will be root over 9 plus 4 minus 8. That gives us root 5. So that is the radius. Is it clear? Is it clear to all? Right? Okay. If the circumference of the triangle OPQ, see, the same question they have given. They have given you the same question. What they're saying that there is a circle which is passing through OPQ. And we know that any circle which is passing through OPQ, just now we have learned that it is going to pass through its center because they are concyclic. Yes or no? Absolutely right. Like this. Like this. Okay. It is going to pass through the center of the given circle. Okay. Now they are saying that its circumference of the triangle OPQ passes through the point. This means this circle is now passing through a point alpha comma half. Then find the value of alpha. Where is the problem? You tell me. That is why I always say to all of my students that please do practice. More you practice, more these things will be clear to you. And you can retain those things. Otherwise, if you practice once, you will never retain those things till your examination. I'm telling you. So that is why please do revise at least once a month, every chapter. Then only it will be in your mind. Otherwise, you will forget. Simple thing that whenever any circle is passing through OPQ, where OP and OQ are the tangents to the circle and O is a point outside the circle, then that circle is going to pass through the center of the given circle. That's the thing which we have to remember. Because they are cyclic quadrilateral. Yes or no? Therefore, the equation of this circle will be, your OC will be the diameter. Therefore, the equation will be, by using the diametric form, so we are having x square minus 3x plus y square plus 2y is 0. So x square plus y square minus 3x plus 2y equals to 0. Now this is the, see, instantly you got the equation of the circle. And now they're saying that this circle is passing through the point half comma alpha comma half. Hence it must satisfy this. So alpha square plus 1 by 4 minus 3 alpha plus 1 equals to 0. So we are basically having 4 alpha square plus 1 minus 12 alpha plus 4 equals to 0. So we are having 4 alpha square minus 12 alpha plus 5 equals to 0. So 5 fours are 20. So 10 plus 2. So we are having yes or no? I'm sorry. This is, yeah, it's okay. 2 alpha I have taken common. So it will be 2 alpha minus 5. Okay. This is equals to 0. So your alpha can take the value either half or 5 over 2. But since half is not given to us, therefore 5 by 2 is the correct answer. Hence option C is correct. See how much time it takes. How much time it takes to solve this problem? 30 seconds. If you are very slow, then 40 seconds, not more than that. So you have saved, because you know for JEE main sum you can get at least, not at least, it should be 2 minutes every sum. 1.5 minutes. So if you can solve a problem within 30 seconds or 40 seconds, now you are saving so much of time, which you can give in other problem where some vigorous calculation is involved or some logical thing is involved. There you can give that time. So if you don't practice, if you cannot retain all those points in your mind, how you will solve it? Okay, chalo. Okay, so let us come for the next one, which is your this one. See what they have said. The parabola y square equals to 4ax. There is a parabola. It is y square equals to 4ax. And we are having y equals to mx plus c. We are having y is equals to mx plus c. Now they're saying that they are meeting at two distinct points A and B. Find the equation of the circle with AB as diameter. Find the equation of the circle with AB as diameter. So how will we do this? See, there is one way. Those who have not practiced, what they will do? They will simply solve these two equations. They will solve these two equations to get the point A and B. Obviously, the values will be very ugly looking. And you will face difficulty in forming the equation. Yes or no? Absolutely. So what is the remedy? What is the remedy? That is why I told you have to remember what I am saying. What I told you, that whenever there is 2 points and taking that line as your diameter, you simply form an equation. Let us say that A is x1, y1 and B is x2, y2. This will be the extremities of the diameter. Now, if you get x1, y1, x1 and x2, by solving these two equations and to get that x, right? If you solve this equation for x, you are going to have two values of x. One is x1, another one will be x2. Similarly, you have to find out the two values of y, y1 and y2. Why to do so? Why to do so? What I will do? I will simply form an equation, quadratic equation involving x. And I will form a quadratic equation involving y. And we know that I will simply add those two equations to get the equation of the circle whose extremities of the diameter are the point of intersection. In this case, it is A and B. Are you getting it? Let me just refer to the previous page where I've done this. See this one? What is the diametric form? The diametric form is x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2. How I have written that? A quadratic equation whose roots are x1 and x2 and the quadratic equation whose roots are y1 and y2. So this I will use. This I will use. Now see this. What I will try to do here, I will try to find out a quadratic equation in x. I will find out a quadratic equation in x. What is x? Find out. This is y equals to mx plus c. Now let me put this thing over here. What you are going to have? Mx plus c whole square is 4ax. So what you are getting? Plus 2 mcx plus c square minus 4ax equals to 0. So m square x square plus 2mc minus 2ax plus c square equals to 0. Now divide by m square. Now I got this equation. Yes or no? Now I got this equation in x. It's a quadratic equation in x. Now if I solve this quadratic equation, you are going to have two values, x1 and x2. But I am not going to solve this. I'm not at all going to solve this. Why should I solve? Because it will create unnecessary problem in the question. I'm not going to solve for x1 and x2. Leave it as it is. Is it clear? Now I will try to find out an equation involving y. So from here we can write x as. Now replace this in this equation. What you are going to have? Divide by m. Again, we got another equation involving a quadratic equation in y. Now, if I solve it, I'm going to get y1 and y2. But again, I will not solve it. Why should I? Now, what will be the equation of that circle with AB as diameter? The equation will be straight away. No need to solve. Simply add this with this. That's it. That's it. So this is the equation of that circle. This is the equation of that circle whose diameter is AB. Are you understanding the fact? Now, if somebody doesn't know this, he will try to solve this equation, which is again a blunder. Is it clear to all? Is this clear to all? This idea is a fantastic idea. I will request all of you to remember this. It's a unique thing, I'm telling you. Okay. So now let us move for the last part of our lecture, which is called your parametric equation of circles. Now, what is parametric equation and why this parametric equation every time it is coming? In the straight line it came, in circle it came, again it will come in parabola, in ellipse, in hyperbola, everywhere parametric equation will come. But what is the use of? Why we should go for parametric equation? We are happy with the thing that we have. Unnecessary. Why we are doing parametric form? Now you will understand. Suppose we are solving a problem and we have said that we have to find out a point on the circle. So what do? You say let x comma y be any point on this circle. Tell me yes or no. X comma y is any point on the circle. Let us say the circle is our standard form. I'm taking the standard form. Let us say the equation is x square plus y square is, say, a square. Okay. Now this is the origin. Now if I say find out a point on the circle and some conditions are given. Now think about it. If you want to find out this x and y, you have two unknowns. If you have two unknowns to solve it, you need two equations. You need two equations. And in mathematics, more equations you involve in your sum, more complicated the sum will be. So our main tendency will be always like reducing the variables. Now, parametric form is one way of reducing that variable. How it is? For this, what I'm doing, I'm simply joining this with origin. And let us say this line, this radius is making an angle theta with the positive direction of the x-axis. So if I draw another perpendicular from here to here on the x-axis, so what we are getting? We are getting that this length is your what? This length is your x and this length is your y. And this is your radius a. So what is your x? Your x can be written as a cos theta. And what is your y? Your y will be written as a sin theta. X is a cos theta, y is a sin theta. Now you see, instead of taking let x comma y be any point which involves two variables, if we say that let us say a cos theta comma a sin theta be any point on the circle. Now this has automatically reduced one variable because here the only one parameter is theta. So to solve theta, you need only one equation. But in the previous case, in that case you will need two equations to solve for x and y. But in this case, I need only one equation to solve for theta. That's it. That's the advantage of parametric equation over the normal equation. Is it clear? So, if the equation is in the form x square plus y square is a square, we will straight away say let x is a cos theta and y is a sin theta. This is the parametric form of the circle. Now the question comes here, ठीक है, ये तो आपका standard equation है. This is your standard equation. But if general equation comes, okay. So your general equation is something like this. Now if I solve it, what we are going to have? This manipulation I have already discussed, so I'm not going to discuss anymore here. So it's your actually root over of g square plus f square minus c whole square, right? So here, what I will try to do, I will take this variable as my x and this variable as my y. And let us say this thing is the radius, let us say r. So now can we say that x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta? Yes, we can write this. Yes, we can write this, but x is not the variable which is given in the question, capital X. So capital X can be replaced by x plus g and capital Y will be replaced by y plus f. So what is your x in that case? It's minus g plus r cos theta. And what is your y in that case? It's minus f plus r sin theta. That's it. And what's your r? R is nothing but the radius of the given circle, which is, in this case, is g square plus h square minus c under root. So this is the parametric equation of that circle. Is this clear? Is it clear? So any equation which is given to us, I can find out. Like I can take an example, like let us say x squared plus y squared minus x minus 3y, let us say, minus 4 equals to 0. Now, if I ask you find out the parametric equation, so first of all, I have to find out what is its center. Its center is basically coefficient of x minus 1 divided by 2, that's half, change the sign, so it's plus half. Similarly, the ordinate is 3 over 2. Is it clear? And what is the radius? Radius is root over 1 over 4, 9 over 4 plus 4. So that gives us what? 10 over 4 plus 4. So that's coming to 16, 10, 26 over 4. So that's coming to root 26 over 2. Okay, that's the radius. So what I will say, what is the parametric form? X equals to minus g. X equals, what is your g over here? What is the coordinate here? You write down here, what is the coordinate? Here, what is the center? It's minus g comma minus f. That exactly what I've simply picked this and put it here. So here also I will do half plus r cos theta. What is r? R is this. And what is y? Y will be 3 by 2 plus r sine theta. That's it. That will be the parametric equation of the circle. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Please confirm me. Okay. So this is how we find out the parametric equation of any circle. Right? Okay. Let us see this question. Find the center and the radius of this circle. This is the parametric equation which is given to us. X is 2 plus 3 cos theta. Again, I'm telling you, after the class, you can all download this PDF file from the description box. There I will give the link of this PDF. So 2 plus 3 cos theta and y equals to 3 sine theta minus 1. So I have to find out the center and the radius of the circle. So for that, I have to convert this parametric form into your general equation. So how I will find out? I will eliminate theta from these two equations. That's the way how we get rid of parametric equation to the general form. Okay? We have learned in the previous slide, we have learned that if a general form is given to us, how to find out its parametric form. Now we are learning, if a parametric form is given, how to get the general form. So for that, all you do is you simply eliminate the parameter given. Here the parameter is theta. So I will write this thing as x minus 2 over 3 is cos theta. And y plus 1 over 3 is sine theta, right? Now simply square and add the corresponding sides. So we are having, this is what? 1. So it gives us 3 square. Now what is its center? Your center is 2 comma minus 1. And what is your radius? Your radius is 3. That's it. That much simple it is. Is it clear to all? Have you understood? So what we have learned? We have learned that if normal equation is given to us, general equation is given to us, how to find out its parametric form. And next we have learned that if a parametric form is given, how to convert that in the general form. Is it clear? Now we can convert everything within this two. I mean, from one form to other form we can convert. Right. Let us take another example. See this question. This question is what? Now I have said to find out the parametric equation. Pretty simple. So you add 1 here, you add 4 here, same thing in the right hand side. So we are having x minus 1 whole square, y plus 2 whole square is your 9, which is 3 square, right? So what will be the parametric form? X minus 1 is r cos theta, implies x is 1 plus 3 cos theta, and y plus 2 is 3 sine theta, which gives us y equals to minus 2 plus 3 sine theta. That's it. So that's the parametric form which we got from the general form. Is it clear? Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Let us move for the next problem, which is the last problem for this lecture. Is whatever be the value of t, prove that the locus of the point of intersection of these two straight lines is a circle. You have to find out the locus of the point of intersection. That is, we have to solve these two given equations. We have to solve these two given equations to get the point of intersection. Right? So for that, we are finding out the point of intersection, whose locus you have to find out at the end. So let us find the point of intersection by solving these two equations. I'm multiplying the first one with sine t and the second one with cos t. So we are getting now simply subtract. If I subtract what we are going to have, this will go off. So y, if I take common, it will be sine square t plus cos square t. And in the right hand side, we are going to have a sine t minus b cos t. Is it clear? So your y is coming to a sine t minus b cos t. Okay? And what about your x? So x cos t from the first equation. So from here we are getting x cos t plus a sine square t minus b sine t cos t is a. So we are having x cos t is a cos square t plus b sine t cos t. Is it clear? Is this clear? So let me take cos t common. So a cos t plus b sine t. So from here we are getting x as a cos t plus b sine t. Is it clear? So what is this x and y? This is the point of intersection. And we have to find out the locus of this point. So let h comma k be any point on the locus. Therefore, your h is this and k is this. Yes or no? So what is h? A cos t plus b sine t. And what is k? A sine t minus b cos t. Yes or no? So now from these two equations, we have to remove t. The moment you remove the parameter t, you are going to get the locus. So how to remove it? How to remove that? How to remove that? How to remove t from these two equations? Tell me. Tell me. I'm not going to do this sum for you. This will be your homework. This will be your homework. I'm not going to solve it for you. You find out how to eliminate t from these two equations to get the equation of the locus. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see that? Simply square both sides and add. You are going to get your answer. How? If I do h square plus k square, what we are going to have? I told you that I'm going to give you this thing as homework, but still I have done it. It's okay. So if I open this bracket, what you are going to have? This is a square cos square t. This is a square sin square t. So it will be only a square. From here, we are going to get b square sin square t. From here, it is b square cos square t. So if I take b square common, so again, it will be 1. And from here, you are going to have 2ab sin t cos t. From here, you are going to have sin t cos t, right? So all this 2 will go off. So we are left with the equation of the locus, which is x square plus y square equals to a square plus b square. That's it. Is it clear? So this is clearly, it's an equation of a circle. It's an equation of a circle. The locus is the equation of a circle whose center is at 0, 0 and radius is root over of a square plus b square. That's it. Is it clear to all? Have you understood this thing clearly? Okay, so this is the end of this lecture. So very soon we will upload the class 2 of this circle. So stay tuned to us and see this complete video. But I will request all of you, while you are starting with the coordinate geometry circle, you must complete your straight line chapters, and which I have already uploaded in my channel in the playlist given straight lines. So you go through all the chapters there. So then you will be comfortable with the whole coordinate geometry, not only with circle, but whole coordinate geometry. Okay. Those who are new to my channel, please do subscribe and share it and like it. Thank you so much and see you in my next video.